I would be studying after school every day. From day one of school, I went to a study room and studied till 11.
We're going to talk about revision, how you revise. So, pre CEE and then post CEE, how often did you revise? How many hours did you revise? And, tell us where you went and what was it like? What was your routine?
I think the first time, the first before the first exam, I was really not into studying that much. I would say I was very into sports and doing a lot of extracurricular activities. So I would not study at all. I would do my very simple revision before the exams or tests, and then after that, for the main exam, my revision would be like for the A level sort of. I would get I would be studying after school every day. From day one of school, I went to a study room and studied till 11 every day. Okay, even though the day I didn't want it to study, like let's say it's your last day before Christmas, I would still go there and sleep. But I did not want it to break my habit of not going to the study room. I needed to build that consistency, the habit, right? Whether I would just go and sleep, but I needed to go to the center so I didn't break my habit.
Like, how come you're so successful from going from doing nothing to even going to the study rooms on the day you should actually take a day off?
Mm.
What motivated you? What did you see in others, or like who did you compare yourself to?
Like I think like what you mentioned, that I was the first Nepali guy to actually get into past the CE in my school. So that would mean there was not many Nepali senior guys to motivate or be a role model. But when that happened, and it maybe that sort of motivated me to like, okay, now you I feel like I might be playing a certain role for other juniors. So that also sort of motivated me that I gotta study, I gotta make it to somewhere so others can follow, right? So there was a sudden, I think sometimes a little bit, I wouldn't say success because I just passed the CE, but at that point I did feel the taste of a success and I wanted more of it. And
Okay.
but in general, I even though no matter for me in my life, no matter how young, since the beginning of high school, no matter how casual or I was just into sports, I always knew in back of my head, okay, education is important. But when you reach to that certain stage, fear, or you have to be motivated at that stage because that is your last final frontier before you get into university, and not many people would make it. And for me it was like, this is the time for you to test yourself. What are you made of, so
So I mean, like when I was in Form 6, right? Actually, we took the exam in the same year.
yeah.
And when I heard information such as, Chinese students prepare years in advance, they
Oh,
do 30 years of past
uh-huh.
paper and so on. I heard all that.
Yeah.
It had no impact on me. Like, I was like, okay, good for them.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't even bother to, that didn't scare me at
Because
all.
I guess that might be because that was your first exam. You guys didn't sit into public exam before that, right? Like for me and Hima, we both had a one extra public exam experience, either to scare him or for me to motivate, right? So it worked in different manner. But for you guys, maybe it was the first year and nobody knew what to expect
So
from
how did you
DSE.
deal with the information when you heard that Chinese students are, they prepare like crazy? Did you try to do something like that? Did you try to do the
I
normal
tried to copy
past
them.
papers?
I tried to copy. Yeah, I remember photocopying, 30 years. Like I would look at some of the past paper back from 1985.
Wow.
1985. And we were just copying what others were doing. I didn't know. I mean, we were just doing it like I didn't know whether I was studying effectively, but I was just doing it, doing it, doing it. Like, there was no there was no one to teach us the examination skills,
Uh-huh.
but that was the basic thing you could do past papers.
So
That's
basically,
it.
you knew the formula that the
Yeah,
others use, and you just try to
exactly,
follow that.
exactly.
Okay. So, Himal, then how did the students in Nepal prepare for the board exams?
Usually, I mean, just like in Hong Kong, like we also do a lot of past papers. So for SLC exam, we had a lot of past papers. So we
So
used to.
where did you obtain the past papers?
So I mean, we had to buy it from outside. So
Bookstores.
yeah,
Okay.
usually out. I mean, sometimes our teacher would also give the previous years, or I mean 2 or 3 years earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, but most of the times, like we would buy different past papers from different publishers, and at the same time, we would also buy mock papers. So we would, I mean, so different friends would buy different mock papers at different publishers so that we could, I mean, practice.
Okay.
I mean,
You would
exchange
share
and
the
practice.
resources, okay.
So that would be the same for grade 11 and grade 12. So actually, we had 3 public exams. So actually, we had 4 public exams. So,
4 exams.
Yes, 4 public
Oh my
exams. So,
God.
so I mean, so for me, I mean, like during, I mean, in grade 11, I almost gave up, right? So and then I failed 2 subjects, and later when and like Rahul said, later I realized, okay, now I have to be serious. And then at the end of grade 12, I started to take the I mean, revision more seriously, and then I started to revise more. I mean, not a week or a few days ahead. I started to revise about a month ahead.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I used to revise for my exams.
Okay. And where did you guys like revise, at home or with friends?
I mean, for SLC exam, like everyone used to stay in hostel, right?
Okay.
So they have a hostel system in Nepal. So that would be in hostel, but for plus 2, like for grade 11 and grade 12, like we used to do in our home, like, or sometimes our friends would meet up and then do somewhere else in their home or my home.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think students in Hong Kong were pretty blessed to have facilities like the
Yeah.
study room
Yeah.
and libraries, right? Okay.